What is up, GOAT World? It's me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you again with another GOAT Format video. The dramatic conclusion of the GOAT Format War League Season 2 has taken place, and with me today, I have a special treat. We have a round robin style with your GOAT Format War League Season 2 champion. Take the Safari Zone. All right, gentlemen. First off, I want to say a huge congratulations to you. Huge congratulations to Safari Zone for winning the second season of the GOAT Format War League Championship. You guys did it in spectacular, splendid fashion, toppling the powerhouse Overdose. So real quick, before we hop on into this, I just want to do a quick round robin introduction. I'm going to start off with your captain. If you want to just introduce your squad and then pass it off to the guys so they can introduce themselves.
My name's Adam. Go by AJTBLS online. I'm the captain of Safari Zone, a team that we formed for specifically War League Season 2. Among the team, there are two members that couldn't be here today, being Michael, Jinzo Dude 9, and Wes X 95, being Wesley. There are also very valued members of the team, and we all know each other, or a majority of each other know each other in person. So it's kind of an IRL type of team. That's kind of the whole theme, and I'll pass it on to the next team member.
All right, we'll take it with you, Marcus. Talk about yourself. I know it's kind of narcissistic. I know it's kind of
yeah, sure. No, don't worry. I've got a huge head. So, my name is Marcus Hayden. Go by IRL and via Discord or Yu-Gi-Oh online. I actually only got into the online scene because of Adam. He asked me to join his team, and he really hyped me up and said he thought I would do well. So here I am. Really glad I did it. I had a lot of fun. Honestly, I'm looking forward to doing a whole lot more IRL. I'm a former YCS champion, former ARG champion. Have a good amount of tops. If you have any interest in current or some other formats, you can look me up there. Pretty new to GOAT in the grand scheme of things.
Right on. We're glad to have you, man. We need more. We need more of you. More of you current people to come on into some GOAT format. You got Marcus Hayden leading the way, having some great success. Maybe you can duplicate that as well. You know what I'm saying? No stranger to tops as well. We got Lucas the Heretic. Go tell him about yourself, Lucas.
All right. So yep, I'm Lucas, aka Lucas the Heretic. I've been playing with these guys pretty much since I got back into this. Got back in 2018, somewhere around there. Started playing a lot with Rabid back then. Developed kind of a healthy rivalry with AJT over here. I think that we've kind of pushed each other a little bit. Yeah, just a great team of guys. Met several of us in real life, and the rest of us have hung out with online plenty. So it's kind of a family situation going. Not a better group of guys that I could play with out there.
Okay. And Merc Dog, what about you, man?
Yeah, what's going on? Going on like my second year kind of playing GOAT at this point. Played like a little bit as a kid, but was just, like a scrub, quit before high school, and then just randomly one day just like found dueling books somehow, and then just the rest is history. Meeting everyone in person. I mean, I feel like we all are a great group of guys. Everyone on the team's, really cool and great to hang out with, and, great at Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously. So, yeah.
What you got, Rabbit?
Yeah, I'm Rabbit. Kyle. My real name. So I've played Yu-Gi-Oh almost 20 years online. A little weird.
Dang.
Mostly GOAT format on and off over the years. To kind of ditto what Lucas said, like he and I back in 2018 or 2019, we both topped Shonen Jump free roll tournament. So since then, just had a good friendship, friendly rivalry with him, and then same with AJT. I was actually surprised. I took a break from like 2020 up until like summer last year. I put the head-to-head command in the Discord and saw that AJT and I had played like I don't know, 30 matches or something, which just blew my mind. I mean, that's how I kind of got the foot in the door for the team, and then just have.
And now
met
the
lot of
rest.
guys.
A lot of people don't know that you're an old school duel, that you go way back. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize we got another old school duels in the house. What about you, Soul Master?
Hey, so I'm Matt, also known as Soul Master Matt on Discord. I started playing Go format in 2018. My brother Danny got me into it, and I wasn't that really into it until about 2021. I started really taking it seriously. I joined during Season 1 of War League. I played some Patreons, played some regular tournaments. I started with LRG, and for Season 2, Adam called me up and wanted me to join for the team. I've known him for a long time, and it's been really good, and we were able to come out as champions for the season.
That's nice, man. I love it. And just looking at it on paper, you guys have a formidable unit, man. It's a formidable squad. When the season first started, on paper, I was like, man, these guys are pretty stacked. These guys are absolutely powerhouse, man. And I could totally see them making a push into the playoffs and making a deep run. But first, before we get into all that, this Safari Zone name and this logo that you guys have adorned yourself with, can someone tell me about that? What did that come from? What does that mean? What does this picture mean? Because if I show this onto the Goat World, if I blast it out, which I'm having right here, you know what I'm saying? People are going to see this. What is this guy on this phone in this Safari Zone? What is that all about? AJT, you're the captain. Tell me about that. What does that mean to you, this Safari Zone thing?
The Safari Zone came up from a name of, obviously, I know a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players know about Pokemon, and Pokemon has their Safari. Okay, so when I was coming up with the name for the team, I was like, you know what, I kind of like Pokemon, but I don't like it enough to play seriously. Yu-Gi-Oh is number one. So I'll throw Pokemon a bone here, and I'll make the team Safari Zone. We'll give it a little shout out. And then with that, the original concept was everyone's going to pick like a Pokemon, whatever. That kind of just went out the window. So then we were just talking about like logos and stuff. And every time we go to a hotel, I don't know why, but when I travel with the guys from Windsor, there's a legendary duelist. His name's Chris Pateo. You can Google that name. Really, really good current GOAT format player and really good OG player. Yeah, he's won 2 Grand Prix himself. Whenever we go, he always, I don't know why, it's like a joke kind of now. He always calls the front desk, and he's just, I don't know what he's calling. I don't know what he's requesting. I don't know what he's doing. He's just a boomer. He's calling the front desk. So I always snap a quick photo of him doing that. So it's becoming a joke every single time we travel. Oh, we got to get a photo of Chris on the phone like this. So I was like, okay, you know what? I think that's too funny. We're to throw him on that. And he's like the logo of mixed of like Jurassic Park's background with Chris on the phone with the Safari. So that's the whole story of the logo. So next season, I think it's going to be a different photo of him on the phone at a different hotel.
Okay. So you guys are coming back next season. Is that confirmed? We're going to have Safari Zone back for season 3 with similar lineup type thing. You know what I'm saying? Any change that happen, we're gonna put those out as they come. So again, I think this was a fantastic season. I think you guys were fantastic duelists. But you know what I'm saying, coming up to the end of that season, throughout the dueling season, you guys were doing what you needed to do. You were handling a lot of business. But coming up to the end of that dueling season, we kind of had some hiccups. There were some roadblocks. You guys kind of faltered. We got Lucas the Heretic in here. He is our season 2 Go Format War League MVP. You know what I'm saying? He kind of loaded you guys on the back at sometimes and kind of did some heavy carrying through that season. So Lucas, tell me about that. How was that being MVP? Kind of being the strength of the team towards the down the stretch, and some of the struggles you guys faced at the end of that dueling season.
I mean, honestly, obviously that felt great to be able to provide that win, week in and week out, so my team could count on me. I feel like it obviously helped us get to where we needed to get to. And then, once we got into the playoffs, my performance could have been better, but the boys had my back and they carried us to the championship. So, you might say that I put a little more on my back than maybe I would have been typical during the regular season. But, I stepped up then. And then, I mean, you had to know that Adam was going to put in work during the playoffs. I mean, the guy's absolutely unstoppable. If we're in a clutch situation, there's nobody you'd want other than him, right? I mean, you see a big tournament, you see a big playoff situation. He's the guy, obviously, and that bore out this year as well.
You know what I'm saying? Those Rhino pills. AJT, and no offense to the POTY, I'm a huge fan. Everybody knows I'm a big AJT believer and supporter, but preseason, regular season AJT is kind of weak and feeble. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he kind of gets put in, but if you put that duels in the playoffs or you put that duels in an Iron Man type situation, I wouldn't want to face literally anybody else because AJT absolutely gets busy in those playoffs. So Marcus Hayden, tell me about that. What about your regular season? You had a pretty strong regular season. For a minute there, you were in the MVP race yourself. What do you attest your consistency goes to in Go format?
I mean, it's definitely a few things. I'd say, like, first of all, when I had started, I had talked to AJT a few times and I actually sat a lot of the early weeks. 'Cause I just wanted to make sure everyone was getting reps and, like, we were best prepared for the end of season situation. So I was doing well when I was called upon. And then I got called upon more when things started to get more worrisome. And I wasn't performing as well at the end of season. So that was not good. But all in all, I was happy with the result of, I think I went 6-3 in the regular season. As for my preparation, honestly, like, I can attribute a lot of it to my teammates because I just don't have the same GOAT background as a lot of these guys. I think I bring a lot of good theory, and one thing I pride myself on whenever we would do like replay reviews is I think of a lot of like the abstract lines that a lot of other people typically won't go for. And I'd say, you know, maybe 50% of the time I'll throw out a line that's just absolutely horrid, and AGT will be like, yeah, I definitely would not do that, but, you know, good pointing it out. Or other times I'll point out like, oh, I never even thought of that. So I think that's like one thing that maybe I attributed on a weekly basis.
Okay,
but
okay.
in terms of deck building, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of weeks I was basically taking Luca's or AJT's shell, maybe changing a couple cards that I like, or like adding a tech that I think would be really good for a specific matchup. I think normally my strong suit's technical play. So
I've seen it. Like I said, I've seen you make some good moves. I've seen you make some good reads. I've seen you come in some clutch situations similar to what AJT is doing, similar to what Lucas is doing, similar with Ravens. You guys have a pretty clutch team. I think there were some times where if someone's down, the next person can pick the next guy up. You guys were definitely a definition of a team experience. You know what I'm saying? But in the bottom here, I have your two primary warrior players in there. We got Rabbit and we got Soulmaster Matt, who pretty much played primarily the warrior strategy throughout this year. You guys really don't have a control ace on your team. You really don't have much of a burn ace on your team. I don't think anybody even played burn all season, no RGT stuff. You guys are going to come in with the bread and butter warriors and turbo. So Rabbit, I saw you in the playoffs, man. Okay, you in the playoffs, you kind of stepped up to another echelon in my mind and a lot of other duelists' mind, because when you guys took some hits early in that OD match, and when Lucas goes down early, Merc goes down early, and everybody's like, oh, this is done. This is over. Like, there's no way that these duels are going to be able to figure out a way to get in. But Rabbit comes through with some clutch dubs. Tell me about your approach, how you take that warrior deck to the next level.
As far as warriors specifically, I don't know that I could speak too much to, like, I wouldn't go out and say like I'm a masterful warrior player.
Okay.
It's just it's a deck that I don't know. I've been doing well with it and been sticking with it. And
all right, how about this? Tell me. All right, so you're sitting there and you got to go up against Geist D, who's one of the known best players of the game, and he is a Go Control enthusiast, and you know you're going up against Go Control. What are some of the thoughts that were going through your mind, and how did you feel to overcome that match?
I will say when the pairings came out, my first thought was crap. This is going to be tough. I kind of applied the same thought process, same prep strategy as I did the rest of the playoffs. It went back to just that I had that 1-4 regular season record, and it just felt miserable. I hated knowing that I had put the team at a disadvantage in some regards, and so especially as we got toward the later in the regular season and the playoff race got tight, I really dug in and said to myself, like, all right, forget what I've done or haven't done. What can I do right now for the team? Because this is it's war league, it's teams. And so I'd put all my time and energy into just studying up on the opponent, looking for tendencies, trying to piece together their strategies and gameplay, gameplay tendencies and stuff. So once we got into the playoffs, I completely invested myself and spent a lot of hours studying film, if you will, and worked really hard, put in a lot of time more so than seem reasonable to
And I mean,
other people.
And it worked. It worked. I mean, clearly it worked. You were clearly prepared, and those matchups, came your way. But you mentioned something interesting. I'm gonna throw it over to Soul Master here. You mentioned something interesting about barely getting into the playoffs because you don't know this thing came down to the very last game of the very last week of the regular season, and you guys got in by the skin of your teeth, and the fortune favored the bowl. Soul Master, tell me about that experience. How'd that feel to you to say, okay, you thought the season was done, you thought you guys were cooked, you guys, I mean, again, I'm not trying to offend our champs here, but you guys blew some serious games that you definitely should have won to some teams that you definitely should have beat down the stretch. And like the whole Made in Heaven thing. Was it Made in Heaven? What was that team? You guys should have beat whoever it was. And
Made in Heaven.
yeah,
Made in Heaven.
Secured your own ticket to the playoffs. But you guys kind of threw to those guys, and then you were on the outside looking in. Soul Master, tell me about how that felt. How that felt to get in there.
Yeah. It felt pretty bad, honestly. I feel like there was some really big games we dropped, and I just felt like wherever the dice laid, I mean, we just have to accept our fate, and it ended up turning out well, and we ended up getting a second chance, and we were able to prove that the second chance wasn't going to be wasted on us. Played our hardest, and we were able to make it work.
Okay, we got Merc Dog over here. Let's see over there. Merc Dog, we're going to call Merc Dog the bad boy of the club. The bad boy of the crew.
The enforcer.
The enforcer. The enforcer of the crew. You know what I'm saying? Merc Dog, who still, I think you had a pretty positive season. Your regular season was good. You came in, you had some quality wins. You had some quality game 3 wins. You had some quality match 3 wins, some quality deciding wins. So I'm not trying to take away from what you accomplished this season. I thought it was a very accomplished season, but in that postseason, you had some shortfalls. It didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. Can you just talk about that, the regular season, how you prepared there, and some of the shortfalls that you had going into the postseason, and what you plan on doing to make that thing better going into season 3?
Yeah. I mean, for the regular season, I was just looking to improve. Season 1, I played just terribly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mix of a lot of things. For me, I'm just kind of starting off, I guess, being a year and a half, 2 years into this. So I have a lot of learning to do in the format. So this year, going 7 and I think it was 3 with Turbo, and then I threw in Burn 1 week, and it just kind of as like a cheeky, to keep, our opponents, kind of guessing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. Going into the postseason, I was pretty confident. I think, one of those games was predominantly on, I think round 2 against Cursed. One single play basically cost me the game. If I make the right play there, I win the match, and I didn't. I was kind of more like trying to hedge a little bit, and it just didn't work out. But I learned a lot overall. I think there was like a lot of pressure, especially with some of the people that we always have chirping
Mm-hmm.
towards us to perform. So, and then, kind of falling short regardless of how that's done,
Right.
it's a little bit of pressure to deal with for sure. But at the end of the day, I mean, I wouldn't change a single thing that happened,
Right.
I'm happy to take those L's, and the way that everything unfolded for us. Absolutely. Getting this random opportunity to meet Marcus in person in LA when we both went to the YCS. I was just kind of playing in the side events. He was playing in the main event, and gave him my laptop so that he could actually continue playing, and we wouldn't have to sub him out. So yeah, I mean, great season overall. I think I learned a lot, and looking forward to the next one for sure.
Dude, that's an awesome story, man. I think that was so funny. You guys going to LA to do that's IRL teams, man. IRL teams can do that. These online teams, they can't do that. Get out there and play for real and meet your team and know somebody. Play IRL ghosts. Get out of the matrix, as you guys say. You know what I'm saying? Rhino pills and all, man. Rhino pills and all. But AJT, I'm gonna throw it back to you, Captain. Just kind of going back off of that same question that I asked Mercenary Man, and you guys, and also Soul Master, you guys were really going downhill, into the playoffs. You finally get in there. What are some of the things you kind of told your boys to motivate your crew to kind of get in shape to get into these playoffs? Because you guys turned it around. Something changed between the end of the regular season and going to the playoffs. What were some of those changes?
So during the regular season, I finished 4-6, which is like really abysmal for me, especially. It's a losing win rate. I mean, that's horrible for any player. Matt also, I think, had a losing record, which was not what we were aiming for, obviously. And we got lucky, in my opinion. We're fortunate to be in the position to make the postseason. The dice landed the way they needed to land. got in, and I can go through messages into DMs. I have one actually open when Rapid was speaking. I said, we have a big opportunity here. We both had disappointing regular seasons, and I know it stings. We win this, nobody will remember that season. So it's kind of that we needed to be fortunate to just understand that not saying we don't deserve to be here. We just need to bring our best selves and really, really try in the postseason, because it's a whole new animal. It's a whole new animal. You have time to prepare. You can talk about your team strategy. You go back and forth with your teammates, and everybody's dialed in for the playoffs. During a regular season, it's long, similar to sports. You got 10 plus weeks. I think we had 13 weeks. It's a lot of time. There's a lot of things that happen in real life during those 13-week periods. During the playoffs, it's a nice 4-week condensed window, and things are happening. Things are moving, and lots on the line. And I just explained that. We had a lot of team meetings every single week. We explained it, and we talked about. We went back and forth with ideas, and everybody was just so dialed in and really committed to achieving it. So that's how we did it in the postseason.
That's what it's going to take, because a lot of people, if you don't know about the Go Format World League, it is hard. It is very, very, very hard. It's very difficult to play. It's the toughest Go Format dueling circuit that you're going to find. And Merck illuminated that in his. If you go in these games, you make one misplay, you're probably going to lose, and then it feels bad if you lose that game, which causes your entire team to lose that week, and that week comes up, and every game counts. So that is insane that you guys could turn it around, lock in, make a deep run, and also make it to these playoffs. But Mark, I'm gonna throw it to you one more time. We got Overdose in the building. Okay, Overdose is everyone's fan favorite pick to win this thing to start this season off. I mean, they got a powerhouse team. They got James Art, they got Anthony Alvarado, they got Del Bolito, they got 2 Shonen Jump champions on their team. They have Mad Uber coming in. They got Ludovico Rizzo, and they're just stomping people. They had a 20-match winning record at one point in this season, and then you guys come in who barely made it to the playoffs. You're definitely the underdogs going to this thing. Marcus, what do you feel when you see Overdose coming in? You got those guys at your back door. They're scratching for a championship. How does that make you feel? What were some of your guys' thoughts going into that match? Everyone thought you're going to lose. No one thought you had a chance. They thought it was over. They thought it was a done deal. What were some of your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, I felt like we had a lot of momentum going into it, so I felt really good prior to it starting, especially because we had just came back after being down 4-2 the week prior, and then the week prior to that, we just absolutely demolished Odd Eyes.
Yeah.
And they're also a good team. Like, I feel like that was overlooked a lot by a lot of people. So I felt like we were in a really good headspace heading into this thing. I won't lie, though, when we were down 0-3 was quite scary. I remember after Daniel lost, I had messaged him. I was like, listen, man, I know it sucks, but it's out of our hands, and we just got to be the best teammates we can be. And, like, we got to reach out and help these guys any way we can. And I felt like that was the natural reaction, because when the roles were reversed the prior week, I felt the love from everyone, man. Like, everyone on the team, like, I would get DM from, or positive messages in chat, or like the thing in Cali where Merck came and lent me his laptop. He was with his girlfriend. I'm sure she thought he was nuts. You know what I mean? Like, you're lending your laptop to a guy you've met once. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I felt the love. So in my head, I was like, okay, I just got to forget it. Like, I can't dwell on this loss. And quickly after next morning, Luca's like, you're right, man. That's what we got to do. And we were all really positive vibes. And after that first win, I felt the momentum shift, and then another, and I was like, oh, we got them on the back foot, man. And when it was 3-3, I knew they were sweating, because that's kind of the story of this team, is like, when we build momentum, we get cooking. That's why, like, at the beginning of the year, we started 6-0. We were winning week after week. I think we got comfortable, compliant, started like trying out new techs. I remember one week I tried main decking Golem Sentries, which was absolutely stupid, because I was like, oh, he mains mind controls, I'm gonna make him look so goofy. No, I looked like a moron. So, like, yeah, I guess overall I felt very positive going into it. Had a little bit of a shakeup, but once we started to build momentum, I felt the tides turn.
Just kind of echo what Marcus was just saying there. Like, I personally talked about, like, putting a lot of time for prep and stuff, but I think just as absolutely equally, if not more important, was throughout the season, just the positive vibes, truly the love and support in the team Discord, as corny as it might sound, it makes a world of difference. And that only ramped up more as we got closer and closer to the championship. So, I mean, can't thank these guys enough for all that. And I mean, Wes and Mike, who couldn't be here, they huge component of that.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm very, like I said, I'm extremely proud of what you guys accomplished. I personally know how difficult it is as someone who participated in this league for 2 seasons. It's very hard. It's very long. The season is arduous, man. It's got a lot of ups and downs. It's got a lot of scheduling things you have to do. You have to move things around to participate in it. And you guys managed to negotiate all those obstacles and achieve the ultimate victory, coming in from the inferior blue conference. I guess that's all wrong. We got going to tear that up. You know what I'm saying? Blue conference. It's going to rip that one more time. You know, blue conference is clearly not the weaker conference. You know, they are the champion conference. So I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. You know, that's just absolutely over with, man. Look at these sips. That's awesome, man. That's all. Anybody else? Anything else anyone else wants to say before we start to wrap this bad boy up? I think we nailed it. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would. I want to say, personally, shout the Rabbit. He was a huge reason that we've been able to get as far as we've been able to. He's gone so far. He does all the film reviews. He does a lot of it. He works so hard. He helps build up people's deck lists. We're able to figure out what we need, what people's techs are, and he gets us prepared. I think that, honestly, for my matches versus OD, I think he was one of the big reasons I was able to win, because he just helped me prepare as hard as I could and made sure I was fully ready for exactly what I was going to go against. And just want to say thank you, Rabbit. You've been killer for us.
Rabbit's research was our secret weapon for sure.
Most definitely.
Man, you gotta spill the beans, dude. What are you doing, man? Share that with the goat world. You know what? Keep your secrets. Don't share that with the goat world. Keep your.
So there's this bot right now.
He really is an analytics maniac.
Got a human
man.
bot, yeah.
The human bot,
dude. That's awesome. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The depth of his research is unreal. Every week I was going off the skeletons he would make, and honestly, there's so many key moments that I won matches because I just was like, well, I know they don't play this card, or like, oh, I know they're only playing one of this card. You know, so like, dude, huge shout outs to him. He honestly is like in terms of the research and backbone and like skeletons we're working off of, I'd say it's like 85% coming from Rapid. So.
That's sick. I mean, preparation is hard as part. I think preparation is highly overlooked, and it's a huge component of our game, because again, it is GOAT format, and whatever edge you can take in this 20-year-old format, you got to take it. And if you can prepare, if you're better prepared than your opponent, chances are you're going to have the success that you desire. You know, opposed to them. So I think that's shout out to Rabbit, man. The MVP. You say Rabbit MVP of the team? I would say no. Is that too soon? Is that internal MVP?
Absolutely internal MVP. He's the GOAT with that, man. He 100%. That guy gets you ready for your game. He'll talk to you. He'll make a skeleton of, you know, based upon what he's seen from, you know, week 5, and we're in week 13, for example. Oh yeah, he's probably running that 2 mind control package. And it's just like educated guesses, but it's like, this is so huge information. So he was absolute monster.
That's awesome, man. That is dope. That's dope, Safari Zone. So what is next? We got FLC champion in the building, all right? You already won FLC. What is next for Safari Zone? What is next for you guys? How are you guys going to you guys are all coming back season 3. What is next for the Safari Zone? Merc, I want to hear from you. What's next for you? I want to hear from Mercenary over here.
I mean, we're coming for the back-to-back for everyone but AJT. He's going for the three-peat, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, nothing short of a title, I think, is really our goal for next season. I mean, we're going to have the same core guys that got it done this season. I think our communication is going to continue to improve. Our scouting is going to continue to improve. Our list refinements are just going to get better and better. You know, we got some stuff brewing that I think is going to be huge for next season. So yeah, I mean, we're all really excited about it for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man! Safari Zone in the building, man. Everybody, S and Z. You know what I'm saying? S and Z, Zoltan, Safari Zone in the house, man. I look forward to seeing what you guys can do, man. But does anyone else have anything they want to say before we wrap this thing up and shut it on down for next season, because this is it, man. Go Format War League Season 2 is in the books. It's cooked. Season 3 should be coming up sometime in May. Make sure you get into that Go Format War League Discord if you intend to join that league and you want to participate. It's super hard and you got to be extremely dedicated. This is not casual. Okay, this is for real. This is Go Format for real. So take it serious. And if you want to do that, get on in there and check it out. And we'll see you around there if that's what you want to do. But Safari Zone, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
One quick thing. I don't know if we touched on it or not. I know you mentioned Lucas being the regular season MVP, but we also had the playoff MVP in AJT.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute monster, 6-0. And honestly, dude, the clutch gene is real. Like Daniel was saying, man, like he's human too. Like he would message me like, I'm not going to lie, man, I'm pretty nervous. I was like, whatever you're feeling, they're feeling it 10 times worse going against you, brother. Like, I don't know. It's just hype to have a guy like that on your team.
Of course, I've seen his duelist do miraculous things, which is why I'm such an AJT BLS fan. He's got at least one fan in this world. His name is JDZ. You know what I'm saying? How many wing blasts, how many dust shoots should I play, and how many gorillas I should play, and how many rhino pills I should eat? That's all I need to know. Give me the formula so I can get good. That's it. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need. That's so funny, dude.
Look forward to winning another ship with these guys. And you know what? We have the best team in the world here. Honestly, great group of guys. We all know each other personally, and we have some sick play mats, some sick trophies, and some sick stuff coming in the mail that everybody's going to be seeing. So keep a lookout for that. There's some pictures going around with it, but the unbelievable stuff that we got coming in with for winning that ship with that prize money. Very excited stuff.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, that's all I got Safari Zone, man. I appreciate you guys dropping by again. One more time from me, JDZ. Congratulations on your historic victory, and I hope to see you guys continue to have great success in your individual dueling careers as well as your Go Format team dueling careers, IRL and online in any capacity, any format you want to participate in that in. So that's all, guys. Always make sure you guys watch this video, get in the comment section and tell us what you think about it, and also like and subscribe to this channel and video, etc. Moreover, you guys know the vibes. You know how I keep it up. All right, that was your Go Format War League Season 2 champions, the Safari Zone, coming out. I hope you were interested in some of the things they had to say. I thought that was really nice, talking about their preparation and their approach to the Go Format dueling game. Again, like I said, Season 3 should be starting up soon. If you want to participate with that, to the Go Format War League Discord and check it out if that's what you're interested in. Just find you a team and get in there and start playing. Maybe if you add some preparation to your game, you can also become champions. Well, that's all I have. Until the next time, I'm JDZ. I play GOATs. Till next time, shout out to the real ones. Salute to the OGs. Peace.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.